Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, I'm an Icelandic Chinese artist currently based in Beijing. I try to make videos as frequently as I can for you guys, but I've just been so busy lately, so it's been more difficult for me to create as many videos as I would like. There's so much I want to share. I have so many new pieces that I've made with time lapses all documented, but it's been difficult for me to find the time to actually put it all together. So today you're going to be watching me put this, paint this piece. It's actually called Milky Way. I'm so obsessed with her. She's so, if I can say so myself, I really poured my heart into painting this babe. So I hope you can enjoy. But yeah, while you guys are watching the time lapse in the video of me creating Milky Way, I wanted to talk about something that I'm currently going through, and instead of it just being something that I am trying to fix within myself, I thought I would share, with you guys and actually make productive use of it, because I know that this is going to be really useful for a lot of you. So essentially, I found myself relapsing or getting triggered into, due to some past traumas that I've experienced lately in the past couple of days, and it's been difficult. It feels like a relapse in many ways. Well, it is. It's like because everything I've been great. Everything has been great emotionally for me for a long time now. So when the trigger happened for me, I was put off intensely. And if any of you have experienced trauma, then you would know that what it does is that your body stores memories from the past. And so when a trigger appears, you will have intense physical sensations or stress or anxiety or potentially even panic responses to something. And I want to put it out there that trauma doesn't have to be sexual abuse or something really dramatic like that. It could just be having been neglected or something that doesn't look so grand from the outside, but left you with scars on the inside, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's gonna look different for everyone. It could be anything, and usually it's stuff that happened in your childhood. But occasionally it can also be things that happen later in your life that scar you and end up causing you to be very sensitive to triggers that remind you of those situations. Anyway, so I wanted to share some of my strategies that I have been using myself when I feel intensely triggered. Then I basically will resort to a couple different methods to help calm the situation down and ground myself. And one of the first things that I do is to do breath work. That really helps, and I recommend, if you relate it to anything that I was saying in terms of trauma and triggers and anything like that, or if you're just anyone at all, I recommend breath work on a daily basis if you're able to, which you're probably able to, where it's just a couple minutes, or meditation, or both. I feel like, meditation and breathwork are just, it's changed my life, honestly. So I highly recommend it for every human out there. So that's the first thing I would do. Yoga is great too, because it aligns you with your breath as well. Because in these moments you might be having short breath and breathing might be difficult. Because you're panicking, so it does help to ground you back into your body. And also you might be finding any way possible to escape your body, because you don't want to feel crappy. So when you do breath work and you do yoga and you do meditation, you're actually bringing your consciousness and awareness back into your body, onto the ground. So it's a beautiful thing. So that's the first thing that I do, but it doesn't usually solve the problem, because afterwards, at some point, if it's still an issue, my mind might start racing anyway. So it really just depends on how heavy this trigger is hitting you. So like that's what I do. And then exercise is great too, because you probably will have excess energy in your body. You might be having sleeping problems, could be all kinds of things. So if you're able to exercise, that's great too. Just release the extra sensations in your body. Runs really help me. Another thing is going out into nature. I take crazy long walks every single night, at least 2 hours. It helps me breathe. It helps me remember that I'm alive. It's just a beautiful thing that I do every day. And so the last tip I have is actually the most it's the most extraordinary one that totally, like, it's, if you had to pick one, I would say this, although although you should do all of the tips that I mentioned. Think about what it is that triggered you, and visualize an ideal situation, not the situation that you're creating in your mind, because most likely you're thinking negatively about it because of your previous experiences. But imagine a fairy tale positive outcome of whatever you're thinking. Or if it's a past memory, go back there and imagine it differently. Think, like, re-narrate that situation into something that's more beautiful for you, that you can accept, or that is okay for you. Does that make sense? I'm not explaining this very well, but just visualizing something positive so that you can change how you're perceiving a situation, because most likely what you're thinking about isn't even real. You're creating it in your head because the past isn't in front of you right now. The key to this strategy is to make sure that you're feeling how it would feel if that alternative situation or narrative that you're creating now had happened instead of what you actually experienced, or if you're re-narrating what you think about a possible future outcome. Make sure that you're feeling the extent of that fairy tale. You could also go back and just think about some beautiful memories, some good things that have happened to you in your past, and focus on those feelings, and then try to bring that back into what you're going through in this moment. I could make a whole video, I will make a whole video just about this technique, because it really helps a lot. Anyway, this is the final outcome of the painting, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to subscribe, and you can also support me on Patreon. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.